Hello and welcome to all in Learning 28 Days. Today I am going to discuss one more very simple and important topic in power electronics, and the name of this topic is losses in a switch. Okay, so let us discuss this topic. In a switch there are two types of losses occur. First one is conduction loss, second one is switching loss. So what is conduction loss? It is the loss that occurs in a switch when it is conducting. What does it mean? When the switch is conducting, then there is a certain voltage drop occurs across the switch, and as it is conducting, then the current flows through the switch. So the product of these two, voltage and current, will produce the losses. Okay, so it is conduction loss. Second one is the switching loss. Switching loss means when the switches will turn on or turn off. So during the changeover from turning on to turning off, or vice versa, when this occurs, then the losses incurred in the switch is called as the switching loss. Okay, so let us discuss these two losses in detail. So first one is the conduction loss. So how do we calculate the conduction loss? So there are two methods for calculating the conduction loss in a switch. First method is curves of voltage and current. Suppose we have been provided the curves of the voltages as well as the current during its on state. Then we can calculate the power loss in switch by generating the resultant waveform of power by multiplying voltage and current that is given to us. We will see the problem, then we will understand it clearly. Okay, so first method is when the voltage and current waveform across the switch is provided, then we can calculate this conduction loss by generating a new waveform of power simply by multiplying the voltage and current waveform, because we know power equals to voltage into current. Hence we will multiply the waveform of voltage and current to get the power waveform of the power, and we will calculate the power from the waveform. So how do we calculate the power? Power is P is equal, can be written as, this is the time period. Okay, over the time period we will do the integration, that is voltage into current into dt. So here P is equal to 1 by T integration T bi dt. As we know the waveform of power, so we can write this equation as integration small p dt, where how we get the P, that we can get the P from this waveform. Okay, so this is the first method of calculating the conduction loss. Okay, now move to the second method. In second method, how do we calculate? Let us see. It is saying that by modeling of the switches. It means that whatever be the switches, we have to model it in equivalent voltage or resistance or any other method easily, so that we can easily calculate the losses. For example, as I told you, the power we can write it as integration T vi dt. Okay, if you consider diode, then the equivalent circuit representation of diode for it can be a voltage source or a voltage source in series with a resistance. If resistance is given, then we will consider the value of resistance. If resistance is not given, then we will only consider this voltage Vd Rf. Okay, so if diode is given in the question, then the on-state voltage across the diode is fixed, constant. Okay, so there how can we calculate the loss? 1 by t 0 to t. V is the constant value of Vd, I dt. Okay, now let's take this Vd out. 1 by t integration over t I dt. We can write this one as I average because this is a formula of average current. So Vd into I average. Okay, so this is the way we can calculate the power for this type of switch. If we are representing the diode by an equivalent voltage source only, then we will calculate the power using the voltage drop across the diode into the average current flowing through the diode. Now if we have to calculate the power of a diode where we are representing the diode with a voltage source in series with a resistance, then how can we calculate? There we will calculate in this way. We have to calculate the total voltage across the diode. Suppose this is the total voltage. Okay, V dash we are writing here. So V dash into I into dt. Okay, so this V dash we can write it as Vd plus current through the diode I into Rf. Okay, put this equation here. 1 by t integration over t Vd plus I into Rf into I into dt. Okay, so this equation is Vd into I into dt plus integration over t I square Rf dt. Now take this Vd out. Okay, 1 by t integration over t I dt. Take this Rf out because Rf is constant. Integration over t I square dt. Okay, this is I average and this one is I RMS square. So Vd into I average plus I RMS square into Rf. So these are the two methods of calculating the power across the switch, that is the conduction losses which is occurring across the switch. If the switch is modeled as only voltage source, then Vd into I average. If the switch is modeled as voltage source in series with a resistance, then Vd into I average plus I RMS square into Rf. Suppose if the switch is modeled as only resistive source, okay, only resistance, like in case of MOSFET, how and why we are representing the equivalent of a MOSFET by just a resistance is that the reason behind that, when the current flows through the MOSFET, it only passes, there is no PN junction, unlike diode. In diode we are having one PN junction, so we have to mention the junction voltage, that is represented here as Vd. But in case of MOSFET, when it is conducting, there is no junction in the path of the carrier, so only the electron or hole, whatever it may be, it flows through only one type of semiconductor. It may be p type or n type. Whatever be the semiconductor, it experiences only resistance in its path. It doesn't encounter any junction, so we don't represent the MOSFET with a voltage source. We represent the MOSFET only with a resistance. So if the resistance is there, then how can we represent? Simply, then our equivalent representation in case of MOSFET is simply a resistance. Let it be RD. Okay, so same whatever we have derived in case of diode from here, that is this one, we will we will derive and we will get the same in case of MOSFET. So in case of MOSFET, power loss can be given as IRMS square into RD. Okay, so these are the way in which we can calculate the conduction loss. Now we will see one problem, then we will get to know this thing in a much better way. So this is the problem 1. What it is asking in this problem, a MOSFET rated for 15 ampere, that is the rating of the MOSFET is 15 ampere, carries a periodic current as shown in figure. The on-state resistance of the MOSFET is 0.15. This resistance 0.15 is nothing but the RD, because as I told you just now that diode, it can be represented equivalent Thurbaian resistance because it doesn't encounter any junction. So we don't represent diode MOSFET with a voltage source. We represent MOSFET with a resistance only, and that resistance value is given as 0.15. The average on-state loss in the MOSFET is, now it is asking the average on-state loss, that is the average on-state conduction loss. Whenever it is asking on-state means it is conduction loss. Okay, this question has been asked in GATE 2004. So this is the current waveform. As I told you just now, then if the switch is being represented as a resistance, then the power loss will be IRMS square into RD, where IRMS is the current which is flowing through the MOSFET or through the resistance. This is the IRMS. So this current IRMS value we have to obtain from this curve. Simply we can get the IRMS. What will be the value of RMS value of current? Here we have to calculate the IRMS square. Okay, so time period of current waveform is 2 pi, so 1 by 2 pi. Okay, IRMS square, then we have to square this value term, so 10 into 10 into area pi. This 2 pi I have taken outside. Okay, so RMS value means square the waveform, calculate the area and divide by the total base, total time period. How much it will be? 10 into 10 into pi by 2 pi. If it cancel, then 50 ampere. So IRMS square value we have got 50 ampere. So what will be the power loss? IRMS square means 50 ampere. RD value is 0.15, that is 7.5 watt. So option C is the correct option. See, this is the question which has been asked in GATE 2004. Only concept that we need to know is this: how we are modeling a switch. If we know how to model a switch, then we can easily solve this type of question. Okay, next question. This is the problem number 2. What it is saying, the forward characteristics of a power diode can be represented by VF. This is the characteristics of a diode in forward condition. Okay, determine the average power loss, that is the average conduction power loss, and RMS current for a constant current of 50 ampere for 2/3 of a cycle. Here we have to segregate the information. First we will see the waveform VF, the equation VF. See, this is the forward characteristics. Here we can see in the voltage equation one constant term is there and another term is related with current. So if we are recollecting our concept which we have just studied, the equivalent diode can be represented using by this. Here we have said RD and RF. Here VD is 0.88 and RF is 0.015, and this one is current flowing through is IF. Okay, this total voltage from here to here is VF. Okay, so this is the way we have just segregated this information. Now we know how to calculate the power. Okay, so in order to calculate the power loss, we have, what is our formula? VD into I average plus RF into IRMS whole square. So we need to calculate the I average and IRMS value. How we will calculate? For this we have second information. What is this information is saying? The constant current of 50 ampere for 2/3 of a cycle. Okay, let us see how it is. Suppose if I draw the waveform, this is current waveform IF. Okay, this is time, you say this is 2/3, this is third. How much ampere? 50 ampere. Okay, so this is the current waveform given. It will repeat from here also. So we have to calculate the I average first. How we will calculate the I average? Average is can be calculated as area divided by time period. What is the area? 50 into 2/3 by 3. Time period is T. So 100 by 3 ampere. Second, IRMS square. How can we get IRMS square? Square the area and divide by the time period. So square this waveform, what we will get? It will repeat from here. This is 2T by 3 T IF, and this one is 50 into 50 because we have squared. So what is the area? 50 into 50 into 2T by 3. Total time period is T only. So here how much we are getting? 2500 into 2 by 3, or we can write it as 5000 by 3 ampere. So we have calculated I average as well as IRMS whole square. Now we will use these values to calculate our power loss. Put these values here. VD is how much? 0.88 into 100 by 3 plus RF is equal to 0.015 into 5000 by 3. Okay. When you will calculate, you will get 29.33, 25, 54.33 watt. So this is the average power loss which is occurring across the power diode. And second, what it is asking? RMS value of current. So RMS value of current, this is IRMS square. So IRMS, we have to calculate the IRMS value. IRMS value here we will get 50 under root of 2 by 3. So how much it will be? 40.825 ampere. These are the answers. Okay, so you can see how we are solving this type of questions. Now let's move on to our next concept. Here we will be discussing how to calculate the switching loss. Switching loss means when a switch is turning on or turning off, during that time the loss occurs in a switch is called as a switching loss. Okay, let us understand this concept. Here whatever we are discussing with respect to a real switch. In ideal switch there is no conduction loss as well as there is no switching loss, but in practical there is no ideal switch. We are dealing with real switches only, so their switching as well as conduction losses are occurring, so we have to calculate them. So how is the waveform during the switching of voltage as well as current? Here this is the waveform of voltage, this is the waveform of current. What I am showing here is the constant voltage V, is the constant current I. So this is this duration, that is here to here, it is called the T1, let it call it T1, and this one as T2. So in T1 the switch is turning on, because when the switch turns on, then the voltage across the switch gradually drop down to 0. It is not 0, but for our it will be a very small value, but for our calculation of switching loss we will consider it as 0. Okay, similarly here current is not 0. There is very small current which flows through the switch even when it is in off condition. But here when we are calculating the switching loss, we have to consider this current as well as voltage 0. So here current is gradually increasing, it means the switch is turning on. From this duration to this duration it is turn on, and from this duration to this duration it is turn off, because here the voltage is gradually decreasing to 0 and current is gradually increasing from 0 to some value I. Okay, so when the switch is turned off, the voltage across the switch will build up. So here the voltage is increasing gradually, and here the current across the switch is decreasing when it is switching off. So how to calculate the energy or the power associated with the turn on and turn off losses, we will consider separately for turn on as well as for turn off. So for turning on, consider this point as origin. Okay, this is T. We will write the voltage equation. V is equal to V1 minus T by T1, and current I is equal to I T by T1. Okay, so what is the energy? E is equal to V into I, that is Vi T by T1 T square by T1 square. Okay, now calculate power loss in turning off. What is the voltage equation? V can be written as capital V T by T2. This is origin. Consider this point as origin. See, we can consider these two different origin for calculating power loss in turning on as well as turning off. There won't be any mistake. Okay, we can consider it different. When we are calculating turning off, we will consider different origin, and when we will consider the turning off, we will consider separate origin. Okay, current I can be written as capital I 1 minus T by T2. So energy V into I, that is Vi T by T2 minus T square by T2 square. Okay, so this is the instantaneous energy. Okay, we have to calculate the total energy in turning on as well as in turning off. So for turning on, total energy in case of turning on, what we have to do, we will integrate this E. Okay, for the duration of T1. So 0 to T1 Vi T by T1 minus T square by T1 square. How much it will be? T1 square by 2T1 minus, here it is dt. So here when we integrate, we will get T1 cube by 3 T1 square. How much its value is? T1 by 2 minus T1 by 3. So Vi T1 by 6. This is our expression 1. Similarly, we will calculate the energy in turning off. Same expression, consider this one as E1, this is as E2. Okay, so E2 dt 0 to T2 Vi T by T2 minus T square by T2 square dt. After integration, we will get T2 square by 2T2, T2 cube by 3 T2 square. Vi here T2 by 2, here T2 by 3, its value will be Vi T2 by 6. This is expression number 2. So what is the total energy loss in one switching, that is when switch is turned on and switch is turned off? So the energy loss associated with this is given as E total, that is E turn on plus E turn off, Vi by 6 T1 plus T2. Okay, and power, if it is asked to calculate the power, then frequency into E total, means what is the switching frequency, where F is the switching frequency. If switching frequency is high, then the power loss will be high. Okay, if switching frequency is less, then power loss will also be less. Okay, so in this way we will calculate the power and energy. Now let us see some numericals. This question has been asked in GATE 2005. What is the question here? The figure shows the voltage across the power semiconductor device and the current through the device during the switching transition. It is clearly given switching transition. It means the loss associated here is a switching loss. Is the transition a turn on or a turn off transition? Okay, what is the energy lost during the transition? So there are two questions clubbed together. First question, it is asking, as per the graph, we have to calculate, we have to find out whether this graph represents us turning on phenomena or turning off phenomena. So we have to see voltage here is decreasing, okay, and current here is increasing. Okay, so whenever switch turns on, current increases and voltage decreases. So it is a turning on phenomena. So it is a turn on phenomena. Okay, second thing, what it is asking, energy loss. So energy loss we will calculate in this way. Okay, we will first we will write the equation of voltage as well as for current for different duration for T1 and T2. Here also we will calculate, whenever we will calculate the energy loss in T1, we will consider this point as the origin, and when we will calculate the energy loss in T2, we will calculate this origin. Okay, so we will calculate separate origin while we are calculating loss for duration of T1 and T2. So for T1, what is the current equation? I can be given as capital I T by T1, and V during the duration of T1, V is constant, so this is a constant V. So what is the energy? V into I, that is Vi T by T1. Okay, so here total energy loss which occurs in for the duration of T1 can be given as 0 to T1 E dt. Put the values of E, Vi T by T1 dt. So Vi after integration we will get T1 square to T1, so Vi by 2 T1. This is expression 1. We have calculated the energy loss which occurs for the duration of T1. Now we will calculate the energy loss for duration of T2. This is for T1. Now we will calculate for T2. Similarly, we will write the equation of voltage and current. For current, you see for the duration of T2, current is constant at I. Okay. And voltage, it is decreasing for duration of T2. As I told you, this point we will consider as origin here. So how we can write the voltage? V 1 minus T by T2. For at T is equal to T2, voltage is 0 as per the expression. Similarly here at t is equal to T2, from here origin, if we consider t is equal to T2, then the voltage here is also 0. So what is the energy small e? V into I, that is Vi1 minus T by T2. So total energy capital E is given as 0 to T2 E dt. Here you consider it as E1 and here it is E2. Put the values 0 to T2 1 minus T by T2 dt. It is T2 by 2. T integration T square by 2, T2 square by 2 T2 by 2, Vi by 2 into T2. So this is expression number 2. So in expression 1 we have calculated the energy for duration of T1, and in expression 2 we have calculated the energy for a duration of T2. So total energy loss as per the question, E total is equal to E for T1 and capital E for T2. So ET1 plus ET2, Vi by 2, T1 plus T2. So the correct answer, had it been Vi by 2, T1 plus T2, then the option A would have been correct. But here in the answer some mistake has been done in the printing mistake in the question here. So correct answer is Vi by 2, T1 plus T2, and it is a turn on. Okay, so it is turn on, and the expression for the energy loss is Vi by 2 in bracket T1 plus T2 and not this expression. Okay, so this is the correct answer. Now next move on to the next question. This question has been asked in GATE 2016. What it is asking? The voltage Vs across the current Is through a semiconductor switch during a turn on transition. It is already given that is a turn on transition. Okay, the energy dissipated during the turn on transition. So you have to calculate the energy dissipated during the turn on. Here we can see duration of capital T1 is 1 microsecond, T2 is 1 microsecond. Okay, and here no duration is given. However, during this duration voltage is 0. So whatever be the current, the energy loss, that is equal to V into I. As V is 0, so energy loss will also be 0. So we have to calculate the energy loss for T1 plus T2, that is in this duration. Okay, so we will write the expression of voltage and current and then we will calculate. Okay, so this peak value here, it is 150 ampere for T1. What is the current expression? Current I can be given as 150 small t by capital T1, and voltage V is fixed value, that is at 600 volt. Okay, let's call this 150 as capital I1. Okay, and the 600 volt as capital V1. Okay, na? So small e, that is instantaneous energy loss, can be given as V into I, that is V1 I1 small t by capital T1. Total energy loss we can calculate using integration 0 to T1 E dt. Call it as E1. Put these values as V1 I1 are constant, so we have taken it out. 0 to T1, it is T by capital T1 dt. V1 I1 T square by 2T1. So V1 I1 by 2 into T1. This is the expression 1. Now we will calculate the energy loss for duration of T2. For T2, current I can be given as, in this duration current is constant value at 100 ampere. Okay, let's call 100 ampere as I2, and voltage during this duration is decreasing in nature. Similarly, when we have calculated this one for duration T1, we have considered this point as origin. For T2, we will consider this point as origin. This is the origin for T2 and this is the origin for T1. So current I is constant, 100 ampere, that is at I2, and voltage is decreasing, that is V1 we have considered for 600 volt, 1 minus T by T2. So instantaneous energy V into I is equal to V1 I2 1 minus T by T2. So total energy we can get by using the integration E2 dt. Put these values, V1 and I2 are constant, we have taken it out. T2 1 minus T by T2 dt. Okay, then after integration we will get this value T2 by 2 V1 I2 by 2 into T2. This is the expression number 2, or the energy loss for the duration of T2. Here we have calculated the energy loss for duration of T1, and here we have calculated the energy loss for duration of T2. So what it is asking? It is asking the total energy dissipated. So E total is equal to E1 plus E2, that is V1 I1 by 2 into T1 plus V1 I2 by 2 into T2. V1 is constant and we have taken out, and at the same time we have put the value of V1, that is 600 volt, by 2 is taken outside. I1 is 150 ampere, T1 is 1 microsecond. Similarly I2 is 100 ampere and T2 is 1 microsecond. So it is microjoule, because voltage is in volt, current is in ampere, time is in microsecond, so the energy loss is microjoule. Here 300, 250, 150 plus 100 is equal to 250, this much of microjoule. When we convert this micro into milli, we have to divide it by 1000. 300 into 250 divided by 1000, so it is millijoule. 1 2 3 cancel, that is 75 millijoule. So the correct answer is 75 millijoule. You have seen some problems on conduction loss as well as few problems on switching loss, and you have got an idea what type of question has been asked in GATE examination. What you need to know, you just need to know the concept how we are representing a switch into an equivalent circuit. If it is a diode, we will replace the diode circuit with the equivalent voltage. If resistance is given, then we will put the resistance in series with it. If it is a MOSFET, then we will represent the MOSFET with an equivalent resistance. And in case of switching loss, we need to define the boundaries. For example, here we have defined the T1 and T2, what is the current equation or what is the voltage equation, and accordingly we will calculate the energy separately for separate duration. You consider origin as per your convenience. I have considered the origin. For separate duration we have considered the separate origin. It is easy to calculate the energy by using this method. Okay, so the questions are very simple. That's it for today. You keep on practicing. Thank you. Thanks for watching.